on the desk. A spot in the grand final sits for the winner of this contest, folks. It's Championship Sunday. Let's keep it rolling. Manchester City versus the Gentlemates.
1 in 5 of you in chat may have belief that Manchester City are going to be able to beat the Gentlemates, but 3 out of 6 players on the pitch believe that they are able to take it. Gentlemates, however, stand in their way. And CJ, the last time these two teams met, it was a 3-0 sweep in the groups in Open 4 in favour of City.
Oh, and I'm wearing light blue today, so I'm feeling it. Game 1 pipe aggressive, and Game 1's going to be huge here, Stumpy Goblin. I think if ManCity can start to cook, if the world champ can start to cook, as the Des said, I want to see Seiko online and really showing that GK roster why they should not have got rid of him.
Yeah, and I think also you hear what Gibbs is saying about the Gentlemates could well get to that first seed in Europe. You need to just get through series like this. This has to be a dominant KC form, or Vitality form a couple of years ago of this is a 4-0, 4-1, a push of 4-2 series. You do not lose these kinds of series, and we've seen what Gentlemates are capable of. They are current reigning major champions in incredible fashion at that. But they have got that big weight on their shoulders. They were not able to get the dub to even get to this point, to get to the playoffs last time around.
Nas might be able to find 2 with a reset. There he is, major MVP in the greatest grand final performance we've ever seen. He is cooking Game 1. It only took 50 seconds. It was a reset to fake Seiko, and HB got all tangled up on the post.
I mean, slamming it to the ceiling as well. It's the sheer speed to then rotate your car around and then get the reset. Stunning play from Nas, and we've identified Nas, of course, as that major MVP, the most dominant we have ever seen. Seiko on the other side of things, he has been that guy in his time, and during this entire weekend, CJ, he has looked to be towards that point. He has been remarkable, yesterday especially.
Yeah, he's certainly found a new lease, and I feel like it's given a little bit of confidence to the old boys. The ones that the pre-open era that maybe can still get the job done, especially with the Alpha 54. Looking back to the Savage FCB days, he's still cooking well. Not exactly cooking today. KC put them well and truly in the dirt. Here is Oski. Finds one. Can he get a reset as well? He can on net. Off the bar. Nas underneath. Gentlemates, they started this game hot. Considering as well this is their first game of the day, you might have forgiven them for a slow start, a slow Game 1. That's not the case at all.
Oh. Lovely demo. It's 1, it's the 2. Who's going to be there to shoot next? Seiko taps it. Nas, the next man to send it into the defense, is very well recovered by City. They were down to a single man who held the fort. HB top corner, doubles it home.
They just kind of let him shoot, didn't they? They sat in there. Archie went back post and just camped. And Nas as well off the backboard, slow rotation. Archie thought he could let that hit the bar, but it was too quick and it was too good of a shot.
2 minutes in, 1 goal apiece, and that's a lovely position from Edgeby as well. Right off the crossbar, near impossible to save it. Seiko comes in to swipe it leftwards. That's again on low boost. He's been in this position a few times. His positioning is great. His boost collection a little bit less so.
1-1. ManCity find the all-important equaliser with plenty of time to spare. Archie finds the 50, loses it back to Nas, who, as you said, on cue has 0 boost once again. He's seriously got some problems picking up those yellow pads. There's Edgeby off the side with Archie, the 51 by Archie, but they're gonna lose possession. ManCity certainly look a little bit more settled, and they almost found an isolated Nas, who, for the first time this game, has got that 100 boost.
I mean, Nas has picked up the least amount of boost in the entire game by a few hundred. He has not been rotating particularly efficiently via those pads, or at least via the big boost, or they've been stolen from him because he positions himself so aggressively. So he needs to make sure that if he's getting in these positions, that's all well and good, but you need to have the resources to justify why you're there.
It's a touch awkward from Oski. What a shot coming through Edgeby. Nas with the shot as well. Acro had to make the double save. And now Seiko's got a one-on-one. He's got a one-on-one on the top with the bump. Oski dodges, makes the save. Edgeby still throws it on net, but doesn't find the angle. But Acro does.
A 3-point parking job in the middle of Frosky. He has heroics here. It then hits the crossbar of the post. In the 1, 2, 3. Oh, goodness me. Sends it away from Archie, who's then parked beneath him. From 0 to 0 for Oski there. ManCity, an interesting lead.
Yeah, that's just a beautiful play. They just overcommitted their gentlemates and left their last man on an island. They do put a lot of pressure on. Speaking of pressure, Seiko put a bit of heat on the third man on that occasion. Edgeby to the side. Seiko able to regain himself with the mid boost. Acro up top to himself off the roof. Can he find the reset? Goes low. They're low boosted, gentlemen. They're in big trouble. Nas gets bumped. And that placement from Edgeby once again, second to none.
It's spectacular pressure too. That's too soft committing to it. And Acro immediately dives on the defender after taking the shot, leading into the assist. Great play from City, swarming the mates.
I love it as well. He put it exactly where Nas was positioning, so it gave Nas no option but to try and make the save, and also it made the bump as easy as possible for Acro. Just beautiful team play from ManCity. Maybe there's a reason why I've got the light blue on. There's something in the water here. ManCity taking it to the major champs early.
70 seconds as Archie drops it towards Oski. Nas removes Acro. Oski with the reset, but with no momentum, he can't do too much with it. Seiko sending it long, and Archie just has to boom it. Low boost gives him very few options. Nice tip on by Oski. Acro bangs it straight back. Return to sender.
Yeah, and Archie, we speak about how hard he hits the ball. I think ManCity are up for the task, though, because they have been slamming this thing around the pitch. 45 seconds left. ManCity up by 2. Gentlemates, can they find one? Right here via Archie. What's a set play, and what a finish.
What speed. Sent from Oski, tipped on by Nas, finished by Archie. Bosch, the 3-man play to cut it down to 1 goal difference.
The Bosch father, Archie, makes it 2-3. 41 seconds to find one more. The placement was fantastic. ManCity had 2 in net as well. The shot was too good. Oski loses to 50. Archie to himself. Sidewall pre-flip. He doesn't land though, and Seiko, it's a free ball. Nas is awkward. He makes a big mistake. He goes up the sidewall and doesn't get the bounce he was looking for.
It's very awkward from Archie here. He sort of has his jump swallowed by the wall. Nas, a complete misflip, and Seiko has to just guess that he's going to be missing it. Very awkward players. Nas did not think that he was going to be called into action.
And he just went up the wall. He kind of thought it was going to bounce a little more laterally across net, but it just kicked out enough. And he had to pre-flip on the spot, completely whiffs, and Seiko was ready. 4-2. That'll probably be enough now, as this is impressive from ManCity. They went down a goal, they fought their way back, and this is an impressive 2-goal lead that they can hang on to with 10 seconds left.
This high ball is going to be benefiting ManCity and ManCity alone. Gentlemates taken down in game number 1, and this is what it sort of felt like when the mates had their major run. You're thinking, okay, they've got 1, can they get any more?
This is game on. We asked for Seiko to step up. Ladies and gents, when you take a look at this scoreboard in a moment, step up, it might be an understatement, at least defensively. We've talked about his offense. He scored the 4th goal of the game, but he just notched up 6 saves and 800 points against the major champs.
Unbelievable. A near 1,000-point game. Just completely in regulation. Only 4 goals scored as well, bear in mind. An incredible performance. 14 shots in total for the mates, compared to 9 on City. But that amount of precision we saw come from Edgeby's bonnet means that Manchester City walk away with 3 points in game number 1.
What I love from ManCity as well, 3 shots apiece. I know the defensive side was kind of carried a little bit by Seiko with 6 saves there, Stumpy, but they all got involved in the offense. I love the fact that they're all moving and they're moving and shaking. They've had 3 shots to their name apiece. They're setting each other up. I love the bumps coming through. Acro's opening up space for Edgeby. The placement's there, and Seiko's getting the job done as well. I just like the team. I think they're locked in. I'm impressed. They can keep this up.
But I mean, we see some teams get locked in, and then still when they face the biggest dog in Europe right now, they may well fall. And Archie, he's looking at the biggest dog by a margin so far during this open qualifier. He's at 39% shooting percentage, clear by 4% over the second place player. He has been phenomenal in those finishing situations. He just has to make sure that he gets himself there nice and frequently, as he has been so far. And if City, if they can shut him down, and means that he can't just get those relative tap-ins that he does get himself in the perfect position for, he's going to be a lot less threatening.
He can go the other way with it as well and think, well, gentlemen, you know that Archie's going to be Mr. Consistent. He's always going to be performing offensively, finishing the set plays, but it's more about Nas as well getting involved. We saw the performance he put in the grand final. Can we see it more often is the question. Oski as well is patchy. Sometimes he's locked in and you can see the mech coming through, but how consistently are we seeing it? And I think if they're all locked in, they're beating everyone, but when it's just Archie, it's tough work.
I think that's when they won the major, right? Is when we saw Nas, obviously incredible, but all of them were on form. Oh, a little bit of a look in there.
Who broke it?
Seiko broke it, I think, and then immediately gets
Seiko.
Chat, you know what Karma does?
He just did so much good work to win our hearts. 800 points in game one, and it's all been thrown away with that Rule 1 break. That is so disappointing to see, Stumpy.
Unfortunately, Snakeo rears his ugly head, and he does not let that Rule 1 continue, and Karma
there it is.
bites like a viper. Nas first.
Absolute flaco. The fact that he didn't want to continue with that Rule 1. He said, I'm out of here, and they get punished 1-0.
Gentlemates, opening goal, and you have to think, if Seiko didn't break it, would they still have got that one? I don't know. See what the gods have got for us. Shot just wide, and what a blooming clear from Seiko that is. A lovely touchdown, and Akra unfortunately has to shy away from it. Archie dunks on one. Akra has to get it next. The Psycho attempt. I love to see it.
Yeah, you've got to go for it in that situation. He didn't really have any other options, and that's kind of when magic can happen. So let's see if Seiko can redeem his reputation that has just taken an almighty hit with that broken Rule 1. Gentlemates certainly able to punish, but they did get the first goal of game one, and we know how that went for them.
Rescind his world championship, I say. Do a recap.
Wow, maybe a little far, but, I respect the effort.
Out for blood.
Also too far, but, not bad. Some people really are passionate about these Rule 1s. Hardy's in the right place, direction wrong. Let's see if they can maybe get the goal. Here he is, Seiko this time, blocked by Oski, doing the work defensively. Gentlemates this time doubling the shots of ManCity halfway through game two. It's looking like it's trending towards a tied series, but we'll see what ManCity can produce here.
Halfway through, it's going to be Akra carrying it over that halfway line. HB to take a nice touch down, but Nas the immediate challenge. Wanted to fake him out there. Actually, HB's been caught off. Means that he can't quite retain control of that ball. It's a shot on target, and Snakeo from the cave can clear it away.
I think we can stop calling him Snakeo now, but, we can keep it up if we want. Akra nearly finds the touch. Oski finds a touch to the corner. That's a big double commit, and Seiko's actually hit the ball twice. It nearly was on target in the end. Akra can control it. Gentlemates have kind of parked the bus a little bit here, which could come back to bite them. It's a long time to be sitting in net. Low boost for Archie, and all they're doing is really just playing keep away. He does scoop up the mid-100. The pre-jumps are coming through. Oski finds the 50, but he's got 0 as well. It's on this man, Nas, and he controls proceedings.
Low boost. He does have to just about rotate to get that final touch. The reset wasn't on Oski. Side wall, only 30. Challenging as Akro's got a little bit more in the tank. Can't get that second touch down. And I think boost management here for me has been a lot better in game number 2. No one to receive that pass from Nas, but I've not seen him as low boost as he has been previously. Couple high into no one, but it does waste a few seconds off the clock, and Gentlemates, that will be their prerogative.
That's kind of their game plan a lot of the time when they are in the lead. It's high into no one, but it's just so hard to counterattack in a quick enough manner if you are playing them. Edgeby's just going to wait in net. Seiko doesn't get any power on that clear at all. Edgeby down the line. Akro's just looking for bumps. He's showing a little bit of initiative here. Oh. Seiko has picked up 4 saves again. This guy's just sitting in net, popping a bit of Archie's play style down the other end. 50 seconds left. They need to get to work. They're finding demos, but it still feels like there's someone left, but there's no one on the backboard right now. This is big trouble, but Archie finds himself in the right place.
That's where he's more at home, Archie. Defensively, that's why we put him on Gibbs Corp. He's got that defense. He is the dog that wants to make sure that the pound is safe. 30 seconds. Seiko gets around the side of Nats. Can continue to get the 100 boost. Will he go for a demo here? Akro does in his stead. The ball slowed down via the medium of Archie. 20 seconds and a push needs to come in for City.
Yeah, you feel like, Gentlemates, it's going to take them making an almighty mistake from here. 12 seconds left. Archie pre-jumping. He's going to get bumped, but he doesn't get the demo required. Akra off the sidewall. Edgeby. It's a beautiful pass to Seiko, who needed to find one more, but he went the shot instead. That could cost them this tie-up, cost them potential overtime and a game here as Gentlemates find the ground. And he just shot a little earlier, felt Stumpy. The extra pass, it looked on.
Yeah, were you thinking like maybe tick-attacker it back, go back to wall?
Yeah, back post. Back post was on there.
Yeah. I don't blame him. 2 seconds, see what you can do. See if you can just sneak it in. But Oski driving straight towards the ball. He is going to be able to save it away. And that's going to be 1-1 in the series. Tight game in the second. And I think right now we're seeing Gentlemates just struggle to really pull away from City in any meaningful way.
And Seiko with 10 and look. Snakeo. Yeah, Snakeo. I tell you what he's not going to be called is Shaco in defense because he looks fantastic. He's not shaking at all. He's made 10 saves to his name over the 2 games, going at 5 a game if you don't mind. That's going to be looking good on the stats, but couldn't get a goal offensively.
Here's, however, CJ harboring a clutch of eggs with his goals and assists. 0 and 0. A couple of eggs to his name in his little snaky nest. And you know what, Noah? You need to have a word with your boy. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Because right now, he is going to be on that line, right? If anything else goes wrong, chat, we need to jump on him, all right? We need to make sure that... Yeah, I'm saying it. We need to make sure that we can't be fair to him now because he's already broken the sacred rules, CJ.
And it's something that you protect with your life by the sounds of things.
Real purist, apparently.
Maybe too pure in this case, we'll see.
I'm a real purist.
We're going to keep running with it here as we do find ourselves with a tie series. Let's see if ManCity can respond. Let's see if Seiko can avoid all car interactions as he may do it again. And we know what happened last time.
Straight down, Acro just about wide of the target. Seiko chance to shoot. Actually lost it very intelligently. I like that play from him. Gets it around the side of Nat with a little slow play. Low boost again. Oski's the only one with any, but nothing to follow with. It nearly lands perfectly in his path. Fakes out as Archie wants to be the man to come in. I don't know if he had much of an idea because he seemed to be taken completely by surprise that he had the ball.
I like the play, but just the execution extremely poor there from the Gentlemates. The double fake into just no one following it up. Front post save coming through by Edgeby. They do have boost here, ManCity outside of Acro, so the defense shouldn't trouble them too much unless Oski can really cause some mischief. Double commit coming through with the 50 as well. Edgeby's going to get that corner boost on the spot, and the beautiful indicator suggesting just that. Archie finds the shot. The bump doesn't land from Nas. Gentlemates finding some early pressure.
I think this pressure, it's hard to say, maintained by the amount of demos that they're finding. Archie just removes anybody with the floor is lava in the orange half. Gets them off to the scrapyard. It's a nice 50 around the top. Archie now towards the target. Again, just floating it somewhere. Makes it a bit awkward. A double demo. Seiko and Nas take each other out. To be challenging versus Nas in that corner. And ManCity starting to build a bit more pressure.
Oh,
yeah, that's just rude.
That's disgusting. Give that guy some new ankles real quick. Absolutely rinsed in the corner. It didn't really do anything, but it was fantastic to watch there from Oski as he finds a 50 again this time. And Gentlemates on ball with space. Oski with a reset. Low boost, one more. Acro, nice save. ManCity looking pretty settled. Settled enough, I'd say, in defense. But Gentlemates getting more and more comfortable as this series wears on as well.
You can imagine Oski during that fake just out of the corner of his car going, whee! And he goes flying by. It didn't lead to much, but, you know, you'd love to see it.
I think there was proximity chat. You see a whee coming through. As he goes flying past, the bump doesn't land, but I like the attempt there coming through from Archie, who's having to track back with boost. Edgy as he had a double touch off the post. Should be a goal, but it's off the corner again. Gentlemates, how have they kept that out?
God, that left post is now widened the goal from the double tap onto it. Great saves coming through from the mates. The City, this prospective pressure is working them pretty well so far. Nas, decent chunk of boost, and a demo clears the way. Demolition Crew has been through, and the second round cannot make it as Seiko stops in the path of the ball. Archie, nice and high above the net. Nas will be the next to it.
Whoa!
Fluffs it!
Whoa!
Archie can't dunk!
Whoa! He was in huge trouble. Acro left him on an absolute island, but he clutched up. Keeps the scoreline side at 0-0 as Acro backs off this time. Edgeby floating. Finds space, and they've actually been caught out here, Gentlemates. No one's on the backboard. Nas has to make an incredible touch, and he does pinch it around, but ManCity just get a chance to attack. This setup is not quite conventional from Gentlemates as they're both on the backboard, but gee, the mechanics get them out of trouble time and time again.
Final 90, this deadlock has not been broken just yet. Only one goal in the previous. Acro, though, is bumping Archie, who's going to be first in this one. Archie's still awkward. A tap straight down. I love a ceiling pass, but this time it is not going to come to anything. A reset, round one. HB then has it tapped over. The air roll from Oski does two of them.
That's just brilliant from Oski. It was impatient from Edgeby. He could have waited. It would have been free. But Oski with the pop reset keeps the ball close enough to find one more touch on zero boost. That's the game plan, the play style, the play from Oski we want to see time and time again. And when he's performing like that, Gentlemates are looking fantastic. I want to see more of it.
Are you ready now to just see a little bit of boomer ball from Gentlemates? Unless they concede, this ball is about to get absolutely slung.
It was too. A pass back to Archie, and he's hit it as hard as possible. Edgeby is going to control this.
Toe cap boots, see what you can do.
They are ripping it just as that reset was ripped on net. Acro across to the side. Seiko has found the boost and has ripped the pass back across to the backboard. Is Seiko going to stay in there? No, he's not going to stick around for too long. Just like he didn't stick around for too long in that Rule 1. 30 seconds left. Gentlemates are completely parking the bus.
God, we are petty. 25 seconds, Archie. Lovely demo. Nas doesn't have much boost to get to it. Oscar's going to have to retreat somewhat. Falls into Seiko's trap as the Anaconda manages to get around the ball and keeps it close to him. Left-hand wall with Archie continuing down. Final 10, Acro, you need something. He does have the reset off the ceiling, but Nas gets a double tap. Will that be enough?
He just wanted to fake. He didn't have the boost to go on with it. There's the pop to Seiko. He's got the backboard. Archie pre-jumps, that is called off by Oski, who finds the ground. GG. Gentlemates take the lead.
2-1 in the series. I think Gentlemates getting into that flow a little bit. Towards the sort of mid of that game, incredibly even. But I sensed as soon as Gentlemates got that goal, a weight went off their shoulders. It felt like, ooh, okay, all right, we've got that one. Happy days. We can just whack it now. We can just absolutely send this ball a-flying. And that's what they did. Kept it away. ManCity really did struggle to get anything, not even like convincing, because that's some good convincing shots, but anything like crazy threatening towards the Gentlemates defense.
Yeah, Gentlemates, so sometimes you just need, sometimes you just need a little bit of magic. They put a hole in the crossbar in that corner post down the other end, but Oski, just a beautiful 1v2. When he does get space, he didn't have too much boost to work with. You can see him popping off on the play cam as well. Now there's a bit of pressure on this ManCity defense and this ManCity team, should I say, who have, well, for the most part, defended, well, more than admirably. You see Seiko with another 3 saves. He's had 13 for the series now in 3 games. But yeah, where's the shift up coming down the other end is going to be the question.
I think from City's perspective, they had that game in pretty good stead. As I said, I didn't think that they had too many chances, aside from that double chance to hit the exact same corner of the post. But I do think that they need to put just a bit more forward, do a few more threatening plays. Not seen a huge amount from this team that makes me think that they're going to be able to outdo the major champions. Despite the hiccup that they've had, they have still got that caliber of play. And we are seeing a fantastic level from the mates so far.
They're playing some quite impressive rock ever since Boston, which they made their own. See if they can regain a regional title as well here in Europe, Open 5. Oski has kind of just handed that one to Acro, throws it on net, doesn't trouble Nas at all, does work it out. Has Oski across, who wants to get involved. Archie said, no, that's going to be my ball. The little close passes come through as Oski almost rips that one on net. Still going to be momentarily open. In fact, Archie just wanted to stick around for a redirect, but he doesn't make contact.
Lovely boost grab there from Nas. Unfortunately, he does flip when he goes to that next challenge, so he can't land on the wall. That could have been an incredibly quick turnaround with their boost. For the sake of City, they'll be happy that's not happened. As such from Seiko, identifies that his final keeper is going to be in trouble there, so has to take it away and take control. Seiko again, reset, goes low, pops it again. Oski reads, Oski's still challenged. Seiko, my goodness. It's like a bird has stolen his eggs from the nest, and he's chasing after him.
he was an angry man momentarily there. Seiko now finds a shot on net, double commit. They've actually bumped each other here. Can HB find the shot? It's a corner pass instead, and that kind of just gave Gentlemates a little bit of time to set up, but they're still awkward. Seiko, backboard, it was Acro. In fact, Archie had low boost, and Seiko just comes flying in, if you don't mind. He finds the touch. Gentlemates getting pressed, but this defense has just been ridiculous, and they found a way out.
I mean, they found a way out as well when they had 0 boost for all players. Incredible that they managed to get it as far as the opposition net, and then now they've got time to reposition and get the boost back. Nas just sends it completely out of Archie's way. I love just trying to maintain pressure and control of this ball. It's worked extremely well. Oscar now trying to go for a bump, swipes across the goal line. Acro, a nice touch up, and the speed of this game, this is being played at supersonic always.
And it's suiting Gentlemates. By the looks of this, they've had the control of the boost ever since they were starved momentarily in defense, as Nas is a little bit awkward. As he leaned on the corner, now he gets stolen, and Seiko should be able to scoop up mid and beat him to the ball, but Nas removes him from the pitch. Archie nearly gets dusted, finds a close enough touch to keep pressure on, keep the offense going here for Gentlemates. That was, well, short-lived as ManCity find their way out, but it's straight back to Nas. This midfield is so hotly contested right now, Stumpy.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's just been complete pressure almost entirely in that midfield. It has been the pressure in favour of Gentlemates so far. 56% of the time, they have had the pressure in the opposition's half. But that is changing by the second. Every single touch is just about registering as it goes past that halfway line. HB to catch, and it is being absolutely sent back and forth. Neither team maintaining close control until Oski gets something on it here. No reset gained, unfortunately. Hopes he can do a little bit of 0 boost magic.
Looks like both teams very comfortable in this kind of scenario. Just 1-0 games where they're kind of waiting, preying on a mistake from either team. It was ManCity that made the mistake in Game 3. Who will be the first to blink to falter here in Game 4? 90 seconds left. More demos coming through. Acro throws it across to Seiko. So we're going to scoop up that back corner boost over the top of Oski. Can he get the 50 on Nas? He goes low. It's going to be Archie. It's going to be safe enough. No, he's gone into net. This is big trouble for Archie. He didn't want to meet the challenge on the sideball and got punished for it.
I mean, Oski dives in, low boost, he's slow back anyway. Nats then can't get any touch. HB fakes it. Archie is in a 2-on-1 with a fake flying through. I am not surprised City scored there because that was magic in the sky.
He was in a lot of trouble, wasn't he, when he didn't have the boost to get up to the ball as well. He just said, well, here we go. And turned into net, but a beautiful shot. Just 1-0. And ManCity kind of doing to Gentlemates what they did to them in the previous game. Big mistake and trying to hang on to that 1-0 lead.
Yeah, I just didn't like how Nas or Oski really approached it. It was a low 50, takes the ball low, and then immediately then, before that, Archie takes a shot. I didn't talk about that because I thought that was just a really slow shot that then nothing was going to happen with. And then HB's kind of coming back. Why was that
chased in net
correctly?
And he got chased in a net. He had to turn around, and I don't think that they were ready for it. HB thought his teammate was fine, but the communication wasn't quite on point. Nash just got to work in net. It was a little bit awkward on the angle we had in game, but yeah, that's a costly one there. I mean, it could have easily been saved if, you know, I say Stumpy, a double commit. Oh, hang on a second. How has he staunched the Gentlemates defense, Seiko?
That is a fat Zutch if I've ever seen one. A gorgeous air dribble into then the triple dunk on large Oscar. The wily snake wraps around the keeper and sends the ball home. 2-1 City. Goal of the series so far.
It was a man with 0 boost against one of the largest men in Rocket League with 50. And he got the job done, Seiko. Fantastic goal just to maybe ease the pressure. Never mind, the pressure's right back on Gentlemates. They're pushing with 20 on the clock.
I mean, that's the quality we expect from him. The way that Seiko can demand series. Goodness gracious. Why is the defense falling apart?
What was that? Nats just drove under the ball. It's ridiculous. It's like he didn't realize what car he was in. He doesn't know the hitbox. Edgeby finds the 50. 3 seconds left. Seiko just wants to keep it close. There's no one in the backboard. Seiko reset over 2. This man is unbelievable.
The pop-off from Seiko, honestly, for about 40 seconds in this game, has been the turnaround. Sinks 2 goals, takes 4 shots, says see you later. We move on to game number 4.
He just clicked into another gear that nobody in the lobby had. He went into overdrive, he hit the boost button, and he powered his way to victory with Acro and HB alongside him. 3-1 victory to ManCity. They tie the series up, and that has caused Gentlemates to call a timeout.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Yeah. At this point, one of the teams is going to take their timeout now, right? And it's not going to be City. If Gentlemates leave it one more, they've then only got a single game, in theory, then they can call it in, because they'll assume that Gentlemates will call it. You may as well call it now by the sheer numbers of it, but it does feel crazy having essentially traded games here. First one to City, next two to Mates, and the final one to City now. Don't mind it. It's an odd-shaped series so far, and so far, Seiko has someone got the lay of the land.
Well, if you missed the pre-show, Team Gibbs, well, one of the members was Archie, and he was in chat. He wanted Snasky to be one of his teammates on the defensive just rock in game, and right now he needs to be their rock mentally as the coach of the Mates. He calls the timeout. Usually you lose 2 and you call it, but at 2-2 here, this is, well, the go-ahead game. This is the game that's going to put one team on to match points. So he sees this as the most important time. We'll find out if they can bounce back. I still think it's a nice mental win, though, for ManCity. If the other team's calling a timeout, you only just beat them, you know, or you not just, you won 3-1, but just one game on the bounce, and they're happy to call a timeout.
I think it's almost like who blinks first. Like, who blinks first out of these two teams to then be like, ooh, we're a little bit rattled here. It's a good leveler, is this, but I am intrigued because Gentlemates haven't really done anything wrong, I don't think. It's going to be Snasky, again, as he did at the Major, give them another call of, boys, this is what we need to do. This is how we're going to be approaching this series. Do the classic thing of watch the fake, watch the Spanish. Let's make sure that our game plan goes to plan, yada, yada, yada. Let's move on to Parc de Paris.
See, I mean, what they've talked about. Is it just don't let Seiko completely 1v3 twice in a row to call game? We'll find out here in the next 5 minutes of game 5. Archie off the rip, though. Fantastic. Seiko actually finds a demo out of nowhere, and he can get a redirect! Wowee! I like the look of the timeout, in fact.
It's a lovely play from Archie, too. He demos Seiko. The target man's out of the way. Onto the little tip over with his nose.
Ooh.
I don't want to be that guy. He could have doinked it. But regardless, he gets that goal through. It is a lovely shot from young Archie.
I think he needed the speed. He had to meet the ball. It wasn't the doink situation there, and he's found the perfect opportunity to find the back of the net. That was just all him off the rip, off the kickoff, creating space for his team with the finishing touch as well. Here he is again. He's just playing a third man that's kind of sticking around enough to turn into a first man, and I like it.
And bear in mind that one of the plays that we had during our intro, during the pre-show, was Archie getting the redirect on the goal line to slow the ball down in its entirety to sneak through the defense. It was brilliant play past Carmi. Corbe pinch does get caught by Oski. And yeah, we do see this happening quite often now with Archie, who just waits in brilliant positions.
Right there, Edgeby was on him if he didn't find the touch, but he was lucky enough to be meeting the ball at a quick enough pace. Archie off the corner. He's going to Edgeby. There's the infield pass to absolutely no one. Oski will find the clear, although he doesn't have any boost at all to work with. Yeah, it's a bit of back and forth gameplay now. Gentlemates, though, off the timeout, you could not have asked for a better start.
Yeah, perfection so far. Maybe it was just those dulcet words from Snasky. Lovely play from Seiko to work it round 2. Edgeby pixel ball shot. Honestly, outstanding shot there. I think one Nas bumped Oski into the save. I don't think they get that otherwise.
Yeah, whoever with the man in front was did not have that at all. But he just got the extra lift off the team bump to find the save, pinch it off the crossbar and keep the scoreline at 1-0. But ManCity still pressing Acro. A touch awkward here. Oski gonna stick around like a bad smell in the ManCity defense, which they're not too happy about. Seiko is able to find a way out just. Edgeby on ball as well. This is, maybe I'm just gonna eat my words here. I'm liking the look of the timeout. Gentlemates, early goal. Archie looking more aggressive, and they've got rewarded for it.
for the sake of safety, you'd need them to get another one. I don't feel like ManCity are going to be losing another 1-0 game. The Gentlemates need to have more push. They can't just go for their classic. We're just now going to slam it away when we have this 1-0 lead that we don't feel that confident that we can keep. You know, I'd like to see a couple more chances coming through. They're going to keep fighting for it. We've seen them at the major. Again, we keep referencing it. They were literally the best team in the world at that point. So it's kind of like the golden star that they can aim for, the possibilities that they can reach. So hopefully we do see that kind of level getting sought after today.
I can see the clear shift in Gentlemates. They are positioning so much higher than they were in the previous few games, and often we do see them sitting in net, but that punished them. They got them punished by Seiko, who was able to 50 on the goal line. They want to defend from the midfield now, Gentlemates, playing much higher rotation and playing a riskier third man in a sense as well. But it has worked, and they're keeping this ManCity defense pinned momentarily, and Seiko does find a way out. But yeah, definite shift in play style here for Gentlemates.
Chance for Nas here to go for that corner redirect. Instead, doesn't have enough boost to stay airborne. There you go, ceiling pinch attempt. That's going to be picking up in the midfield. Chance for him, fakes out one, keeps it close. Archie now immediately goes for some bumps, and Edgeby deals with it remarkably well.
It's unbelievable. If he found the bump, it was a goal every day of the week, but he dodges and gets the pop. He had to watch that back post, which was like a homing missile on net with the shot, minute 20. And City can't afford to concede one more goal and need to find one of their own down the other end. But once again, at this different structure, you can see that third man just sitting on the goal line. It's Oski. Sorry, sitting on the halfway line, should I say. And then you've got a guy front post like Nas, who gets a free shot on net underneath Seiko, 2-0.
Seiko has to jump here. There's no other world where he can stay grounded. He knows Nas goes for it. He steals a boost away from Seiko. He knows, therefore, that he is low. If he shoots low, Seiko jumps. Game, set, match between Nas and Seiko. Nas the victor. 2-0 mates, a minute 10.
Yeah, the aggression is well and truly paying off. They've got their first man willing to stick around a little bit longer. It started with Archie looking for demos. They're sweeping through that net of ManCity. Here's the shot, though, with the bomb coming through. Acro. I mean, Nas was in massive trouble in net. And that's a bit of a taste of their own medicine here.
And the speed from Edgeby to get the touch and then immediately harassing the corner, instantly then changes to attention to get Nas, who still gets a touch, not quite enough. Again, this is just the difference so far in this game of does a bump land or not. 50 seconds, ManCity have cut the deficit down to just one.
45 on the clock. Edgeby, 50. Acro not going to find the touch. Oski has a one-on-one with Seiko, as you can see Edgeby rotating in time, but yeah, they are looking for those bumps. They're just happy to leave the ball and find demo. Seiko with space underneath, wants the reset to Acro. West away, Oski intercepts. Edgeby to himself. Has Acro on the left, can he find him? He's going to fake the infield instead, but Archie does read it on that occasion. I think Gentlemates should be able to get out with a nice 50.
Just about as the final 15 begins to tick. Archie's low boost at the back, as is Oski. Seiko's got a lot and just stole another. He is on 200 boost right now. Seiko,
that's not possible.
Middle with it. Goes high from Acro, but Nas with an immediate dive in. Shut them down early as possible. Edgeby, he
hang on.
It away from the ground. Seiko leaves this. Up for the double. Archie puts them down for the count. Gentlemates take their third and move to match point.
Feel like you could just picture yourself inside the comms of Gentlemates as Archie would have gone bang with the clear downfield. Hits the deck. Gentlemates, what a response, what a timeout, as ManCity now decide it's their time. Why not? You're 3-2 down. This might be a last chance to do it. But it worked for Gentlemates.
Yeah, Gentlemates, they came out of that game looking like they had much more of their game plan back in their heads. So ManCity, as we've said throughout this entire tournament so far, the perennial game planners. They beat Gritty Goose by just playing their game. They basically didn't care what their opponents did. It's like, we are going to play very solid. We'll have a duo up front in Seiko and Acro. We'll have a solid midfield / third man in Edgeby, and that will work. And it did. They did that again versus with esports. 2 up front, 1 at the back. Let's see how solid we can be with Edgeby occasionally popping off. Now, they're having to really change how they play a little bit more. They sit in that fourth, fifth spot in Europe at the moment, and it's an awkward spot to be in, where the teams above you should be able to beat you, and the teams below you, you should just be able to play your game plan through. I will be intrigued to see what City can change here, because I thought they have played spectacularly so far.
Yeah, they look fantastic. They look like a top team in Europe and deserving of a major spot at this point with 5 slots for the region. But it's not that simple. It's not that easy in this game, and the depth of Europe is on display. ManCity looking great, but they need to find 2 against the major champs. Archie completely flipped the script in Game 5. Took it by the scruff of the neck 10 seconds in, opened up the net, and I think his teammates after that completely followed suit. Followed the pink suits. The green suits? All
Green suits, but they play in pink, so I don't really get it.
Still don't get that.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Sense. Sort of like a strawberry watermelon situation, you know?
Elaborate.
They're both red/pink, but then they've also got green on them.
Ah.
You see where I'm going with that?
A Noah of fruit. Are you have a fruitology degree as well, do you, Stumpy Goblin?
I've never been called a Noah of fruit, so thank you very much. We've got a Noah on screen of Rocket League, so hopefully he will be able to give his boys a little bit more direction. The watermelon on screen, the green suit's outside, the pink suit's inside. Do we see ManCity's game plan come to fruition here in the SIG?
2 required. Can they get the job done? Will we find our second Game 7 of this playoff bracket here? Archie off the roof, gets around Acro. He lands on it again. He has been an absolute pest downfield. A bump as well. Nas goes low. Nas goes real low. And Archie has come off the backboard to dunk the defender.
How dare you, Archie, with 0 boost, immediately on Edgeby's head.
The guy who we said all he does is sit in his own net, farming saves, farming points, has decided that he quite likes the look of the other team's net instead.
Gorgeous play from Archie, from the blind spot as well. Did to ManCity what Seiko did yesterday. To Gritty Goose, lovely play, 1-0 for the mates.
Wow, I mean, it's twice in a row now that Archie has been that guy. What an explosive start off the timeout from ManCity. They're not worried at all. They're going to keep playing the way they did in the previous. Acro off the roof to himself. One more pop. Anyone on the backboard? It's going to be Nas. Had to be Nas. And he stepped up.
It's a lovely play as well with low boost. He has to get his reset. Has to get the double. Acro, the man to shut him down finally. Archie attempting that double himself off the ceiling. Under 4 minutes, Nas makes it a 3v2. Seiko can clear it long, but Nas attempting a dunk here. And it completely thwarts how far Acro can go with the ball, and then this maintained pressure from mates can continue.
That first man from Gentleman's has to be the most annoying thing in the world for ManCity because they're sticking around. If it's not stealing your corner boost, you're getting removed from the pitch. They're looking for a bump. They're looking for a demo as Seiko almost got over the top of Archie, finds the touch, back board. Nas has to make the read. It's a fake instead. They're a little bit tangled here, gentlemen. The only man with a boost is Archie. He skims it off the sidewall, provides relief.
That's all you need sometimes. Just get the relief away from your own half. Take the ball from the danger zone. It's a nice clearance between 2 players of City. Archie finds Oscar straight back down again. Wants it to be straight on the ceiling. It wasn't possible, however. But I love that kind of play. Make it, have it be somewhat inconspicuous. I'm just shooting, then Oski's there to absolutely slam it ceilingwards.
And now Archie just left the ball. Second man knew he had that third guy coming in, and he wanted one more bump. He wanted the net even clearer for his teammate. Didn't quite pay off, but it's a play style that Genomates have shifted, and we've got to give some credit to the Rock. Snatchky off the timeout has got these guys playing like they're at a major, like they're back in Boston. Off the backboard, Nas, can he find the shot? Seiko has to step up. He stepped up on that occasion, but they need more from him down the other end as well as Edgeby is looking for the touch. Gentlemates, that defense has been, I mean, we talk about the offense, Stumpy. The defense has been just as good as well.
City have barely been in this orange half so far. It has been an incredible push to keep it in the blue side of the field. So hopefully we can see a bit more from City. But right now it has been all mates until the dunk. No one there, uncharacteristically, to save an awry ball.
Well, we might have cursed them there. Nas tried to just hit that high left around the attacker, and that's not going to be getting the job done for Gentlemates. Last man, too risky, especially when you're 1-0 up. And off the kickoff, hang on a minute, Edgeby, reset, saved by Nas, and he recovers onto the backboard. Still forces a double commit. Archie the only one with 100 in the tank. Gentlemates, well, I mean, we were pumping them up so much, and we do finally see them slip for the first time. Archie in a bit of trouble here, shot wide.
And you know what, normally in a 1-1 this far into the game, the ball possession, so where the ball has been, is around 55-45 towards one team, sometimes literally 50-50. It was briefly then, or for a little before that goal went in, it was 35% possession ManCity, 65% Gentlemates in the blue half. It was only pressure for the mates, and yet a goal still comes in. Numbers don't tell the whole story, but these players are writing as fast as they can to make sure that they are the victors.
And it's not exiting this blue half anytime soon. Oski off the sideball. Nas has boost. He leaves it for Archie. Seiko, all he can do is pop it up. Acro to the side. He's using boost, but it's just clearing to the corner. It's just clearing to more Gentlemates members. Oski throws it on net. He wanted Archie to find the bump. Probably for the first time this game. Archie can't do that.
It's now 30-70. The ball has not left the blue half since I said that number previously, and it continues not to. It's another dunk. It's Nas to Archie, who can sink the second and may well send mates to the final.
Yeah, cop that. It's 13 shots to 4. And Archie too clinical. He's the MVP of Game 6 of Neo Tokyo. Seiko's put up another 6 saves. Can you get this man out of net? Because they need to find a goal.
Seiko needs to be the one that is activated in that offensive back third. The issue is, even if he's there, the ball probably won't be, going by the numbers. Final 30 seconds, Acro to send it long. Something needed for City.
They have to find a bit of magic from perhaps the former world champ or a skim. Acro makes the save. That was nearly game right here, but it still could be. 15 seconds left. Seiko up. Acro, backboard. HB blocked by Oski. Archie gets demoed for it as well. A bit of panic from Gentlemates, but they might have done enough, Stumpy.
And then absolutely send it long by Oski. Get blooming rid of this ball. 0 seconds. Do we see magic? Acro fancied it again. Archie bumped up into that ball. Nas towards the ground. HB lets it go. And the Gentlemates, despite all the pain and effort, blood, sweat and tears, take down Manchester City.
And ManCity looked fantastic as well, but this Gentlemates team with